Sit down, shut your mouths,
and watch The Gift of Gabe.
Yo, party peeps, what is up? It's your boy, the best gabber in the biz. Another Dynamite on Max is officially in the books, and man, next week's Maximum Carnage is setting up to be another stacked show. And overall, tonight was super awesome. I mean, we had awesome troll moves, a freaking meat fest all over the place. Buddy Matthews looks like an absolute star once again, and a freaking tag team moment that we never thought could actually happen is about to happen. Guys, let's just stop talking about it and let's start gabbing about it. First things first, we kick things off with Will Ospreay versus Buddy Matthews, and oh man, was this match great. From bell to bell, start to finish, beginning to end, man. Like, we know Buddy Matthews can go. We've known that since he was Buddy Murphy, which Ospreay freaking accidentally called him. It was great. Like, only Ospreay, dude. Only Ospreay, because he's so great promos, but he still flubs every once in a while. But it's also funny because he was like, you know what, you did good, kid. I always got your back, even though Buddy's 5 years older than him. But the match was spectacular. I loved it. And there are some reports coming out from Fightful Select that Malachi Black, if he isn't already, is on his way out of AEW. So that might be why Ospreay alluded to the fact of, like, you and Brody don't need a leader. I have fought against you both. And kind of said what we've said for a long time. Those two on their own branch out into single stuff. They can absolutely be successful. We've seen it every single chance. Brody has done single stuff, and we've seen it every time Buddy has done single stuff. So as we get towards Grand Slam Australia, I absolutely love the fact that we're giving Buddy like some time and a moment in the sun to shine. Like, if he wants to go up against Daniel Garcia for the TNT Championship, all for it. If they want to have him go after the International Championship at Grand Slam Australia against, like, Takashi, if he wants to go up against Okada at freaking Grand Slam Australia for the Continental Championship, no problem there. It looks like they are making it a priority, just like with Buddy, like with how presenting him as a single star, just like they were doing with Brody for, like, really the last two Continental Classics, and I'm all for it. It does suck Malachi might be out of here because, you know, it just kind of all, like, deteriorated from when, like, that huge debut moment and, like, knocking off Cody twice in a row back in 2021. But hey, a negative can still turn into a positive, so it's still great for Brody and Buddy because they can go off and be great single stars, win singles championships. No reason they can't even become world champions someday because they both got the talent to do it. You know, we hear the dogs barking, and, you know, Buddy, he's got Rhea Ripley by his side. Bro literally cannot be stopped. But at the end of the day, Malachi really is dipping. So long, dude. Hope the best for you. That's the guy's honest truth. Guys, tonight's Casino Gauntlet was super freaking dope. I mean, they really stacked the hell out of this thing. And in the end, it's won by Powerhouse Hobbs. But before I get more into that, let's talk about the little bit of moments we had during the actual match. One, I was surprised Mike Bailey did not make his debut. I thought that would have been a perfect place to end up debuting him. But it is what it is, and that's fine. But the other thing that was absolutely great is Hangman's all by himself. He's in the ring. And we didn't think he was going to be in because of the attack by Ricochet last week, but all we hear is, whose house? Place around Swerve's house. And it's like, and then Hangman is instantly looking like, no, it can't be him, no. And then forget all we hear is, ha ha, my house, bitch. And it's freaking Ricochet with the great troll job. Like, literally just 5 months ago, Ricochet got here and people were already shitting down his throat, being like, oh, he's been done by the mid-carder, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, coming off his first Tokyo Dome main event and beating the hell out of Swerve last week with this awesome now troll job, dude, he's set himself up, like I've said before, back at World's End when the wheels were turning and he looked like he got a snap. Dude is setting himself up for a great 2025. His heel turn is already going fantastic. And he hasn't even joined the Hurt Syndicate yet. And they're on their way to winning the AEW Tag Team titles off of Private Party. Rest in pieces to those boys. Like, soon, he's going to have that. And then he probably gets, like, the International or TNT title. Boom, done. Belt collecting, all done. Hurt Syndicate, we hurt people, can't be stopped. Speaking of a guy that couldn't be stopped, that's exactly what Powerhouse Hobbs was. He won this Casino Gauntlet. it was a bit surprising. Like, I've seen some people be like, oh, well, didn't expect it. But overall, once you let it settle, they're like, you know what? Happy for him. He deserves it. And like you said, for real, shoot. Jon Moxley brought him into the AEW. I remember when he first debuted, he had Mox's back. And like they entered the freaking Arena of the Wild thing together. So absolutely he deserves this match. And I think before this year is over, he is going to be a singles champion. But ironically, in front of his own wife, and Renee Young, he was like, yo, I'm going to make Jon Moxley my bitch. And even fought them off just by glaring at them and stopping them from, ending Cope's career with, the bag over the head. Talk about a way of coping. Ugh. But honestly, that match next week, we knew Moxley was not going to lose no matter what. People are hoping that Darby can come around at Revolution and we can, pivot and just have the Death Hour stuff be over. But no matter what, Mox will never lose next week. So I am honestly super hyped for Mox versus Hobbs, because that is also the match that these two have a lot of history, but the match that Hobbs literally hurt his knee in last year and ended up being missing the most of the rest of last year. So it's a perfect thing to have it come full circle. Hobbs has a great match against Moxley, and it's like, dude, my knee isn't just better than ever. I'm better than ever. I'm going to go on after even losing this match to go on with my first singles championship this year. So give it up for Powerhouse, because he's going to deliver a classic. Because Big Black and Jacked, it's going to be a meat fest next week. And Moxley, I don't know if you're hungry enough.
What?
Guys, tonight, Jeff Jarrett was screwed out of the Casino Gauntlet by Wheeler Yuta. He never even got a chance to even get in the ring. And then he ended up having a little promo battle with MJF. Basically, MJF does not want to deal with the crowded AEW World Title picture. He just wants Triple B back. And he'll help Jeff Jarrett get to that Triple B. But he wants that first shot. And he revealed Jeff Jarrett only has 1 year left on his contract with AEW. So I've seen some people, all of Jeff Jarrett, we've seen some people be like, okay, this feud's alright, and some are like, okay, I think this feud actually really good. I think this feud will actually be pretty good. And I wouldn't be surprised, God's honest truth, this could lead to MJF retiring Jeff Jarrett. He could literally kind of pull he kind of did with Chris Jericho, in terms of being like, yo, put your career on the line, and if I beat you, you're done. Except I think he actually beats Jeff Jarrett, and that could be it. Because I don't think Jeff Jarrett's going to win the AEW World Championship this year. I don't think he can get fights for it on pay-per-view or a Grand Slam or a Special Dynamite or anything. Even if he does, he's definitely not winning. So, honestly, I feel like they're just honestly setting this up for MJF to retire Jeff Jarrett. But Jeff Jarrett was doing some great work at the end of 2024. That's why we've kind of all gotten behind him. So I think this feud, at the end of the day, will be pretty good. And I don't see a problem with that. If it ends up sucking, we can be like, okay, whatever. But it's MJF. Most of what he's able to do ends up being able to work. And I am 1,000% fine with this feud. Though, Jeff, you may be that guy. You may be, freaking Jeff Jarrett hitting people over guitars. Hit the strut. Let's go. But JEFFJARREE. You don't want to mess with the devil, MJF, because nobody's on the level of the devil. And if he does end up ending your career, at least you can tell all your kids and grandkids for the rest of your life that, you did all this and that and how great you really were. Ain't you great? And for that, you can thank him later. You guys, tonight, Kenny Omega finally came back. New entrance theme, too. I remember hearing say some murmurings of he might come back with a new theme. It's not bad, but god dang it, I already missed Battle Cry. I was like, god dang it, just feels weird. We'll get accustomed to it. But bro was getting right into it. He said that how much he missed us, and he even said that after almost dying, he was not really coming back for revenge. So it kind of looks like he's not going to go after the Young Bucks like we originally thought. And honestly, the match with Okada, which they definitely are going to do it all in, is the match they're going to do regardless. And before he can even finish talking, and maybe even saying he is going to try to go after Moxley in the AEW World Championship, hey, I'm not going for revenge. Here comes someone I might change my mind about. Freaking Don Callis says a couple words. Kenny Omega on sight starts beating his ass before, freaking Brian Cage and Lance Archer and then Kyle Fletcher start ganging up on him. And, it's 3-on-1, and then bam! Will Ospreay comes back out, of all things, to save Kenny Omega. He still has his own problems with the Don Callis family, specifically Kyle Fletcher. So, holy freaking crap. We already got Kenny versus Brian Cage next week. That match is going to slap like crazy. So I cannot wait. But we had a moment in the ring holy shit, place going crazy of what we're seeing, because we know the history between Kenny and Ospreay. Like, Omega Gabe Kid, that shit was personal and heated, but Ospreay and Omega, that was super heated. Their match at 2023's Forbidden Door, legendary, and you just could feel every bit of animosity that was like there for between each of them. And now they're actually gonna have to stand side by side to face a common enemy in the Don Callis family. So like, just think about this combination of matchups, like which we've already seen and can see again. Ospreay versus Fletcher at like Grand Slam Australia. Takeshita versus Kenny Omega once again. 2 instant classes right there. Kenny versus Brian Cage next week. Kenny versus Lance Archer. Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay versus like Takeshita and the rest of the Don Callis family, or just versus, you know, Cage and Lance Archer. Like, there's so many different endless possibilities of great top tier matchups that we can get out of this freaking feud. Like, dude, I'm so damn excited, and like, you can really just feel the chills. It's like time stopped, and we were all chanting holy shit, being like, dude, Kenny and Ospreay together, it's crazy. Though they were still mean-mugging each other, and if this was like a different time, Omega definitely would have got hit by that steel chair by Will Ospreay, no hesitation. But dude, this is gonna be so freaking dope. I'm so excited.
I mean, for God's sakes, I came!
Okay, peeps, that is Dynamite. We are done. Keep putting the rearview mirror. We are done. Next week's Maximum Carnage is gonna be a freaking hoot. All the Dynamite so far this year, they have absolutely been killing it with stacking the show and making it be like a super fun overall show. So, absolutely great work by them. SmackDown this Friday is the second one. That's going to be 3 hours. Apparently, they're not going to stay 3 hours. We're going to see Cody and KO have some other kind of tiff, and before, you know, Cody inevitably beats KO again in that ladder match for the WWE title at the Royal Rumble. Shinsuke Nakamura is I think he's putting the U.S. title on the line next week. Yeah, tomorrow night, or not, Friday night, he's going to put the title on the line against L.A. Knight. Yeah. And also, freaking, we're going to have Tiffany Stratton, the new WWE Women's Champion. Officially Tiffy time, peeps. It's going to be stuck on there for a while. We're all leading this to Grand Slam Australia, then after that, Revolution, and then on the flip side, we got Saturday night's main event coming at you again. Then it's Royal Rumble, where the champ is going to begin his road to winning number 17 at WrestleMania 41. You're not going to want to miss any of these shows going down. You're certainly not going to want to miss what your boy, the best gabber in the biz, has to say afterwards. So keep liking, subscribing, all that cool stuff. And also keep remembering at the end of the day that when it comes to talking wrestling, who better to gab with than Gabe right here. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed Dynamite tonight. It was super tight. If you decide to ignore Death Rider stuff and whatever, it's your choice. But again, hope you enjoyed it. It was dope, but we gotta move on. So deuces, fuses, and I'll see you guys after SmackDown of this Friday. So go on, get out of here. I'm done. Go Willow.